joined by Gareth, Southgate, as you can see. And we'll start with questions from John Murray of BBC 5 Live.
Hi Gareth, congratulations. Was that not far short of the textbook away win in a qualifier in Eastern Europe for you tonight?
I think we controlled the game very well, and for the first 25 minutes or so we just struggled to find space in behind their midfield. The space was there, we couldn't get the connections to the players. We just tweaked a little bit the way we were building up, and then we had a little bit more joy, certainly down the left side with Luke, Raheem and Mason connecting to begin with, and then gradually that happened on the right as well. So I think we were pleased with that. We controlled most of the game in that period, should have scored more. I didn't particularly like the way we managed the last 15 minutes. I just thought there were some decisions we made that needed to be better in order to either score more or not invite pressure. I thought we could have kept the ball a bit better in those periods. But look, it's a good win, and we move on in healthy condition to Wednesday.
In which case, why no more changes than the ones you made?
Because it wasn't so much personnel at the start. We were happy with the changes. Just the last 15 minutes, I think there are times where they learn how to see games through, and it wasn't just about individuals. That was decision making on the pitch as a collective, not keeping the ball well enough. We nearly gave a goal away from our own throw-in. So the game was won by that stage, but I'm determined that our standards have got to be really high.
You must be pleased, obviously, to see Harry Kane back on the score sheet, and with Mason Mount as well. I don't know whether there is such a thing as the first name on the team sheet, but if there was, how close is he to being that?
Very good player, John, but I was saying this in the autumn. I suppose now Thomas Tuchel picks him, probably everybody will agree. So when it was Frank, it didn't count for some reason. But no, he's an exceptional player. He finds space intelligently. He manipulates the ball very well. He creates chances. He can score goals. I thought his performance was excellent tonight. But I thought Phil was also very good, and our attacking four were good. Rice and Phillips read the game well, competed well. We won the ball back really quickly, so I think we were over 70% possession. We have controlled the game, and the longer it went on, we created more chances and could have finished more comfortable.
And would you be prepared to start Mount again against Poland? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we've looked after all of the players in the first game, and his load coming into the camp was. He didn't play in the midweek in the Champions League, but regardless of that, we're trying to win and qualify for a World Cup. I can't be constantly thinking about rotating the squad. We've got a lot of players missing, and we've tried to protect our forward players in particular through that first part of the week, and now we've just got to get on and try and win the games.
Thanks, Gareth.
Thanks, John.
Next we'll go to Faker on TalkSport.
Hi Gareth, congratulations.
Thanks, Faye.
Stuart Pearce said in commentary that he felt as if it was the strongest 11 that started. Do you feel comfortable that was the case of the players you've got available to you?
I think the players we selected are in good form and have been doing well with their clubs. And I think there's competition for places, so the difference between certain players is not big, and we've got to balance freshness for Wednesday. But I was very pleased with the performance. We've had two good performances this week. I'm pushing for a bit more because I think that's the standard we've got to set if we want to be a really top team. But a lot of good things. Not an easy pitch to move the ball quickly on. And that meant to open up the spaces wasn't quite as straightforward as when the ball is running quickly. But positionally, the players did the right things, and they attempted to do the right things throughout the game.
Were you pleased with how they adapted to the conditions? Because it did look like the pitch was slowing everything down, and they had to change the way they played briefly until they got used to it.
Yeah, you just had to be firmer with your passing, and the couple of passes that were slightly underhit in the first half ended up in dangerous counter-attacks. So we had to try and eliminate those errors, and in the main we did that. I thought there were a couple of areas late on that we could have managed a bit better.
Luke Shaw said he was pleased he got the assist in the end and improved his game, because he had made a couple of sloppy passes early on. But for his first game since September 2018, how impressed were you with him?
Yeah, I think in the early part of the game we asked him to receive a bit higher, and it was taking him into direct pressure from their wing back. So we changed that a little bit after half an hour, and I think he was able to come onto the ball a little bit more, which suits him. He played some lovely passes. He's got beautiful weight of pass.
Perhaps a lack of ruthlessness as well, and that you should have had more goals. How much of a source of frustration is that?
It's not a frustration. We could have just made the game more comfortable. We had 2 or 3 counter-attacks where there were good opportunities with the right pass to put people in for a more straightforward finish. It was the final pass in the main that let us down in those instances. But we're constantly reviewing the games, constantly looking to improve, and the players will make the most of those opportunities in the future, I'm sure.
I know it seems silly talking about yellow cards, but bearing in mind what it means in this qualifying campaign, some harsh yellow cards perhaps for Walker, Stones and Kane.
I thought so.
Would you like to elaborate?
No, not really. I don't think there's anything to be gained by that. But
okay.
I thought Harry's, he's trying to score. So I thought, it was. You don't normally see a yellow card in that sort of situation. But there we go. We have to respect the decisions.
Just finally, Poland obviously on Wednesday. You talked about tidying up some of the areas that you weren't pleased with today, but did you see enough from that performance today that you feel you can go and beat Poland on Wednesday?
I think there was a lot of good things, but we have to keep pushing this group of players. We're a lot of talk about us, a lot of talk about what we potentially might be. But if we want to deliver, then we've got to have really high standards, and I think we can get better. I'm pleased with the win. They should enjoy the win. You've always got to enjoy your wins, but I think we can improve.
Brilliant. Thanks, Gareth. Well done again.
Thanks, mate.
Gareth, I don't know whether Andy can speak. It's Rob Dorset here from Sky. I'm going to jump in if that's okay. Well done tonight, mate. I wanted to ask you about Harry Kane. Goal and an assist from him. He came deep in search of the ball a little bit, especially in the first half. I wonder whether you encourage him or discourage him to do that.
Well, we know that that's part of his game that is exceptional, and it was difficult to find space in that first half. So I think what that meant was that it dragged their central centre-back out most of the time, or the left-sided centre-back out. And it did create a little bit more space for other people. Certainly the longer the game went on, we didn't need to push for the goals once we got the second, and him coming deeper and linking the play helped us to retain the ball. I didn't think we retained it as well as we should have done later on in the game. So, no, I like that part of Harry's game. I think it's good. It helps to overload midfield at times. As long as we've got the runners going in behind to exploit the space he leaves, that's not a problem.
Thank you. And last one from me. 4 at the back again from you tonight. I think at the previous 7 internationals before these 2, you went with 3 at the back, or 5 at the back, depending on which way you look at it. Can you explain to us the circumstances which make you choose one from the other, and how your thought process works there?
Well, there's decisions around individuals, there's decisions around what's best for the game. But most of that thinking we'll keep to ourselves, really. We don't need to help opponents, and we keep a lot of that decision making to in-house. But I think today I was really pleased. I thought Declan and Calvin did a very good job of not only protecting and mopping things up, but they used the ball well. And Calvin ended up a little bit more advanced than he would normally be with his club, but I thought he adapted really well to that position.
Thanks, Gareth.
Okay, apologies to disappoint all the other raised hands, but our hosts are looking to use this media conference space now, so we're going to end it there. Ready?